whether it came from the Department of Defense, which, by the way, paid for more than half of this.
And did you discover there were attempts to cover up the funding of this gain-of-function research?
Yeah, there were a lot of attempts, not very good ones as far as I'm concerned, by including the Lancet letter where, Daszak and so many others got together and then published that this was obviously a naturally occurring virus, doing everything imaginable to skew the scientific medical literature to get people to not consider the possibility of it being a gain-of-function lab-oriented bioweapon.
And did this research violate any treaties or laws?
The Biological Weapons Convention Treaty is very specific. It states that any bacterial agent, in this case a virus, that does not have a benefit for humanity is a violation of the Biological Weapons Convention Treaty. And it's important to note that this is a treaty that the United States has signed and ratified. Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution states that treaties are the supreme law of the land. The signing and ratification of the Biological Weapons Convention Treaty, the signing and ratification of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, the United States participating in the Nuremberg trials of 1947 to establish the Nuremberg Code and how patients should be treated, the Declaration of Helsinki that the U.S. has committed to for research patients, the American Medical Association Code of Ethics on Informed Consent, that anybody violating these have already demonstrated that they not only are interested in providing informed consent and patient rights, but if they're violating a treaty, they have violated the U.S. Constitution. And anybody who has taken an oath of office, anybody who has stood there and sworn to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, who then ignores these treaties, funds these treaties, funds violation of these treaties, as was done in this instance, who refuses to allow patients to have informed consent, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. If you've done that, you have violated the U.S. Constitution. And if you've taken an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, then you have committed treason.
When you reached the conclusion that SARS-CoV-2 was a bioweapon released on the planet, what was your reaction?
Uncomfortable and disappointed. These individuals have presented nothing to suggest that this type of research was something that they thought was for the benefit of humanity, and considering the funding sources